Poof. What up, ninjas? What's going on, everybody? We got the Can't Sleep stream going on with our girl Lady Croft here. Back for some more. Shoot it down. To shoot sounds. Oh, that's what it is. Oops. Man, I saw it. No. I got you, girl. Let's get animals. Nice suit. We did this one already. Where'd that one go? Oh, there it is. Hey, what the hell? Alright, I hope y'all are having a great day, night, morning, whatever it is, wherever you at. I left off last night just starting pretty much the beginning stages of this. Right now I'm gonna try to just look around, scavenge around and whatnot.
Under my influence, I helped them topple nations, burn cities and kill princes, all in search of the prophet.
Damn.
Our slaughter of the Rus was not in vain, for among the spoils we at last found the map. And now, this very morning, after a season in the mountains, we saw buildings rising from a green valley surrounded by ice. We have found Kittesh.
Yeah, you see
I
what
tell
I'm
the
saying?
Khan of the riches that will be his, and that alone drives him on. But the real victory will be from God. When he purged the prophet's lies from the earth.
Divine source of earrings. Blah, blah, blah. So I know in this part there's like bears or something like that. Gotta watch out for the bears. Gotta watch out for the wee bears. So that's me. It's out of candle in there, probably the deer. Can I not open this? There we go. I was right on top of it. Alright, where'd that deer go? Where'd it go that is? Caw. No, I missed. Damn, I just hit you. God dang it. I gotta get my aim right, man. Oh my god. Holy moly. That sucked. Come here. Yo! I gotta work on my aim for sure. It's all a work in progress, guys. Work in progress. Oh no, I don't got no more. I have to, yeah, get these sticks and stuff. Huh. There we go. Use hardwood to upgrade weapons at the camp. Right. Oh yeah, that's how I get up on top of this. Ooh, excuse me. Oh. Ooh. Excuse me. Oh man. Once I sneeze once, keep on sneezing. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me craft some of these arrows really quick. Okay, got 3. Gotta make sure I use these wisely. At least until I get some more. Yeah, see, I wonder if I could, if I don't have to shoot it. Right? I don't want to have to shoot it. I might have to. Hey, I thought it was something there. Oh, I guess not. So today was a good day. Man, I had to help my daughter with a lot of homework today, man. She's been sick and she's been out of school, so I had to, you know, do my duty, if you will. I mean, that's rough, man. My daughter hates doing homework. Like, hates it, dude. Like, she just gives me such a hard time. So it's a little rough on that extent, but you know, you just gotta get a little tough with them. Her in particular, she'll never do it unless you get tough with her. Caw. Caw. Wait, there's a camp here. That means that somebody else was here. Oh, this is my camp. Oh yeah, my camp. Whoop. Oh, I don't got them on? Okay. Coco! I don't know, I like being on the high... Whoop! I like being on the high ground. Yeah. Oh, I need that. There we go. A little tightrope there. I know there's wolves. Because we saw them in the beginning when we first got here. So I know for sure we got some wolves over here somewhere. Maybe a cave right there. There goes a deer. What? How did I miss? How the hell did I miss? Hmm.
A crown from one of the princes of Kiev. How did it come to be all the way out here?
Nothing special. Under pressure. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, well. I got 7, okay. Dang, I wanna hit that. No, I always thought there was. I thought there was something in those things. Oh yeah, they are. There we go. So I wonder what happened to the last one. I knocked the other one down and I couldn't find it. Maybe I destroyed it or something. Under pressure. Oh, where's that damn deer that I hit, dude? I'm not gonna hit over there just yet. I want to scavenge enough stuff. It's rabbit season, baby. Come in, come get it. Ooh. Yo, all that is worth it, man. Yeah. All that is worth it, man. Especially when it comes to scavenging. I want to have enough things. Hey, nice. It's on the ground. Under pressure. Where's it going? Damn. Alright, what else we got around here? Another one. Then I got two more. I think I'm gonna pick up the one where I can loot the. Oh, wait. That was my buddy calling me. Hold up. Hello, this is my man P Bear. Hey, buddy. How's it going, man?
I got on too, I was like, yo, here, that. I got on these dudes like, yeah, I'm mute on now.
You call? What did you call him?
I said, and they got off.
Oh, how are they liking Monster Hunter?
I didn't want to talk to one of my boys. Like, he's like, yeah, I gotta go, man. I gotta get up tomorrow. But not till 6. Kevin was just finished the tutorial, so I didn't get any feedback.
What's the new things that they added to the Monster Hunter?
The only thing that, because I didn't want to look at anything. The only thing I saw is they changed up some of the weapons.
Right.
The most obvious one was the insect blade. Like, it's a super duper acrobatic weapon. And you have, I don't know if it's like double jumps and like not air glides, but you can move horizontally in the air with like flips and stuff.
Right.
So they wanted you to be able to have an easier time getting on the backs of the monsters.
Doesn't make sense because that was a little rough. Because they were, well, from the last one that I played, they were a little immobile. But
yeah, the insect blade was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's still the same thing. Like, you still with your attacks, you start the insect and it comes back and gives you the buffs.
Right.
But their niche is like they have a really good time getting on the backs without having to jump off platforms and
That's cool.
elevated terrain. But it just seems like the way they did everything is just like, I don't think you have to like get a mission, go out to the world, complete the mission, come back. I think they ease that stuff up.
Right.
So you can pick up new contracts while you're out. Feel like the maps just seem like it's massive map of less.
Well, I mean, with the hopefully with the 4-player stuff, that's the reason why. With the people, you know, you can play with so many people.
Yeah. So I'm gonna redo my character tomorrow, because I did it while I was on Skype with you, and I was trying to make a character real fast so I could play with these dudes, but I was trying to make a character that I wanted to play, and I didn't make it look the way. I didn't know what the story is, so I was just trying to listen and press some stuff. So I gotta remake it. Make it tomorrow.
That's a good game, woman.
And 3DS one. Really good.
Wait, oh yeah. World of Warcraft. Oh yeah. So I was telling you before that That's why I was thinking if I was to get back to MMO, man, like, yo, man, might be Elder Scrolls, man. I just want to do what the hell I want, man.
Because you can do what you want, man. And with Battle for Azeroth, man, we're gonna have a different play the game too. We can focus on like the 3-man dungeon type things, the scenarios. And they say, I mean, with the changes they propose, it seems like world PvP is gonna be a thing. So we're gonna have to do rated battlegrounds.
Oh yeah, so what? Like you're gonna gain what like I guess like you're gonna be able to get gear because of the what the?
Yeah, they said they want to do it like the not like the world quest, but the idea is if you since you'll only be PvPing against people that want to PvP, they can offer incentives and rewards without affecting the overall health of the game and the other maps.
Right.
So you'll be in an area where it's only people that are PvPing, and you can get rewards for doing so.
Okay. That might be cool. Might have a little razzle.
I have a little razzle now, so we gotta see again. They're saying one thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They're saying a whole lot too.
Well, this dog, man, like she did this thing a few months ago, where every time we put her in the cage, she just started barking at night. Didn't matter, like for no reason, she would just bark at night. We would wake up, put her outside, she wouldn't do anything, come back inside, put her in the cage, and she would start barking again.
I want to be confined, man.
She was fine for months, and now she just started doing it again a couple nights ago.
Oh, she stopped it. Oh man, maybe she want to hug, man.
And now she just do it again. Don't know why. I have no idea why.
That's the one that your sister found.
What?
That's the one that your sister found. The one that she like took in.
She didn't find you, bro. She got them both.
Oh, I thought you said there was a dog that your sister found and kept. No.
Well, only when we dealt with my dad, and that was like a dog. Years and years ago. Yeah, she just started doing it. Last time she did I thought, okay, she doesn't have any cushioning in her cage. She wants some padding. So I think my brother-in-law, he bought her a bed.
Right.
And she was fine. She has a padding in her bed. She's nice to do it.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why she's barking. My door. She can hear me.
Oh my God! What you gonna do?
Not my sister, not my dog, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying. What you gonna do? Oh man, you talking about me again?
Bark.
Oh my God!
I want her to bark.
You said this a-hole's talking about me again?
I was gonna stay up a little while longer, but I don't really have a reason to. Like I was just gonna grind this character out in a while, so I'm not playing Monster Hunter.
Right.
See if I can catch my soccer game tomorrow.
Okay. What you said the soccer game tomorrow?
Yeah, he plays soccer tomorrow night.
Wait, your nephew?
Yeah.
Oh snap! When did you start playing soccer?
Good stuff.
Wait, you said what? Your boy got skill? Does he say?
No, it's a couple of weeks ago.
Oh. See, your boy got skills. Huh?
When he's back in gymnastics and it's my nephew in soccer, he practices soccer on Mondays and he plays on Saturday.
That's good. And how's he digging it?
Yeah, he likes it. I didn't catch the game. He had his first game last week. But I don't want to sleep this. I want to see this. And
Wait.
last week, what?
I had to say it one more time? You said you ain't see it, but what?
He had his first game last week. I wanted to see it. And I set an alarm, but I snoozed it and went back to sleep.
Alright.
So I want to see this game. I told my sister, if I'm sleeping, send a movie and I'm looking up. But when I get woken up, then I don't want to be tired.
I don't know.
And I'm not doing anything. I'm not playing Monster Hunter because I have to restart the game, do the tutorial over, because I have the best in that right now. And then WoW, I have my lockouts for my dungeon, so I can't even do my dungeon grind. Like I didn't even do it.
Alright.
And I was watching the Breakfast Club and you called me.
Jeez, oh, I love Breakfast Club. After Breakfast Club.
I watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off last night. I think I've been It's on the 70s, so I can do it.
Shut up, man. Breakfast Club.
But it's working for the I could also do this for
Breakfast Club was a piece of poop. Man, boy, I'm about to get mauled by a bear. Dang. Yeah, Laura. Get him, Miss Croft. I started playing Tomb Raider again. Who? Hello?
Lara, refusing to use the door again, I see.
Yeah. But yeah, but what would you think of EverQuest? I mean EverQuest. Elder Scrolls.
Yes. My greatest one yet.
Well, I've decided that I should be your assistant.
Oh, have you? Well, there's no one I'd rather have by my side. This business. It's too dangerous. Laura, listen. Someday you're going to make such a mark on this world. You're going to make me so proud. I need to take this.
She had to wrestle with a bear, man. She was like,
Yeah.
Evan?
Got to bind this wound.
Oh my god, Brienne.
Oh my god, yo, Brienne got hemmed up, huh?
Most precious darling.
Man, Brienne got hemmed up, man. Yo, did you hear about the prequels that they're supposed to be doing? For Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Cold War installation.
No, I did not.
Doing
Oh, yeah. It's time.
good enough.
It's time, man. It's time for us to see Robert Baratheon in his heyday.
Got to get past that bear.
Gotta find a way to get past that bear.
There you go.
I heard that's the only one that I really want to see, man. Fucking Robert Baratheon, man. Big Daddy Baratheon, dude.
I just want to see how strong you look, man.
Oh, for real, dude. Dude had that big old hammer, man. I feel like they kind of played his son, dude. Let's see if that dude is there.
Those mushrooms. They're death caps. I should be able to make a poison.
I should be able to make a poison. I say, yo, I'm trying to see Robert Baratheon in his heyday, man. It's time, man. It's the only one I've been looking for, man.
Strong.
Man.
I'm tired of prequels, man. I want to see these dudes like take the story and say, here's the established lore. Now let's jump ahead 100 years.
Oh, damn.
I'd rather see what happens after.
Right. That's
I
true.
think it's
Cause,
four Dragon Eggs, those come back, man. Like, what the team that you fight? The Dothraki are now here. Like, how does this change it?
that is kind of cool. That would make sense.
Like, not to get me wrong, I enjoy prequels, but I think unless you go so far back, like Knights of the Old Republic, to where it's basically you might as well be doing a separate story.
Right.
It's boring. It's like I already know how this ends up. I already know Ralph is gonna end up dying. Yes, I know he was strong. Yes, I know in this scenario where it looks like he's gonna die, he's not because he was in Game of Thrones. Like there's no true excitement. You can't put a character in a situation that looks like he's gonna die or she might die because it's a character you know they're not gonna fucking die.
Right. I mean, that's why I think it started off really strong with Game of Thrones, but then it kind of like whittled down. Like, all right, you can't kill all these dudes. Like,
But Jon Snow got that extra free
yeah, dude. Like,
it's the same thing. It's like at one point, yes, everybody everybody's gonna die. There's no excitement because who's gonna die? Like, yes, someone had to die.
right.
I still enjoy games, man. I can't wait. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta see my man Onion Knight.
Oh my god. Definitely.
To make something with all this, should head back to camp and try.
Damn the Onion Knight.
Man, with his no fingers.
His name is Pie.
He's hungry, man. What you telling him, man? Like, oh, man, good name, a strong name.
I just told him that's an amazing name. His name is Pie. P-I.
It's like, thanks. Like, thanks, bro.
P-I.
Like, thanks, bro.
behind the crash and the captain's
That's crazy.
Like, thanks, bro.
If you survive,
I appreciate that, man.
those that live will serve their purpose.
He said wink.
Oh, shit.
If not, we will take what is ours and march.
Pie.
And he seems like a man of little words, man. He was like, yo, man. He was like, you right. Like, thanks, bro.
Yo, man, the Alliance is calling. The
Yeah.
Alliance on Stormbreakers is calling.
The line said, who?
On Stormbreakers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, I had to move it. I'm agreeing. It's a shell of its own. So,
Oh, my God.
the server is like medium population when I'm like right now. This is when it's medium population, or like mid afternoon. Otherwise, it's low pop. It's still an active like RP and world PvP server. but
Right.
There's no world PvP, and when I'm out in world PvP, it seems like core dominant.
Sound about right.
So I decided to go to Storm Rage. I was like, okay, let me go to an active server. The only issue is with all the active servers, they're dominated by one side.
Right.
But the thing is, now with the change to World PvP and you flagging it, this is World PvP server, your server matters less. So I went to a server that's Alliance dominated, so I can find more groups easy. But also, since there's a lot of people there, the economy in terms of like the auction house is going to be messed.
Right.
Elmo Dreams is, I mean, while it's still big, it's definitely done.
What do you, what's the difference in, what you paying?
I mean, it really depends on the item. When you think about it, like, it's harder to get a better price on a more populated server, but there's more people buying. Basically, there's more supply and there's more demand. On Emerald Dream, I may be able to get, let's say, 100,000 on a certain pet, and on Storm Rage, I may get 75,000 on that exact same pet. But the difference is that 75,000 is almost guaranteed because there's a lot more supply, a lot more demand, there's a lot more demand for it. There on that server, and that's the reason why that pet is more expensive. Because there's less people to buy it, there's less supply and less demand.
Right.
So I just wanted something that was more active. I wanted to go to a PvP server, but I didn't want to spend the rest of this expansion getting ganked, or the rest of the expansion being the dominant side. Like, so I just went to a PvP server, which isn't gonna matter because come the expansion, every server is gonna be a PvP server. I just went one that's alliance dominated and has a lot more cooking for 40s and 90 power level. And I will return the favor by the power level the same way and use my one-on-one choice power level.
Yeah, I'm fucking hungry too. God damn. Yes, all right. We need to rest so cold.
This discovery is too important. I don't give a damn about my reputation. To death. After everything I've done. Hello? Hello?
No, wrong.
Dad, what's happening?
No, no.
You're scaring me.
Yo, man, so you were talking about the Street Fighter thing? Yo, man, I'm watching. So Evo Japan is going on.
I want to understand. I
Yeah.
just want you to stop. Be my dad again.
Keep running! Go!
Damn,
Run her down!
shot that dude in the head. It's about time for do some stealth attacks.
We found another camp up here. Fire was still warm.
Ooh. Dang. The Lord is no joke, dude. Dang, 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 P. When I say dang, I mean dang, dang. And I don't mean luau dang. Yo, man, what's been going on with Bal, man? Dang. Houston still number one?
No, actually.
Uh-oh. They've been getting normalized?
Golden State's back to
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Back to the usual stuff.
Houston's number 2.
Didn't recently Houston play Golden State? Not Golden State. Houston play not Golden State. Damn. Thunder. One not too long ago.
Houston plays Thunder. Yeah, they. That was, I think, the last time that I played that was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
I don't know what the outcome is. They played.
I just want to know they started fighting, dude. Mm-hmm. Grab and go, baby. Business about the what? Business is picking up with me and Lady Croft. And what about Eastern Conference?
Eastern Conference.
Have you been watching ball?
No, Boston's still number 1, and Cowboys number 2. Yeah, I don't like. The last time I watched ball was last year because I had to watch it. We were watching Mario games, and I was playing DraftKings a lot more heavily. But I don't watch TV, so I don't watch ball.
Mm-hmm.
And like my start of ball, honestly, my beginning to ball this year was also the end of my ball because I was gonna watch the Boston Celtics, and I watched the opening 2 games.
Oh yeah. And then when you got injured,
That's all the win that I'm still because I thought that was going to do it. Number 1 in the East.
I mean, well, you know when that stuff start catching up, we start catching up when they start getting time to playoff time.
But I mean, they're being led by someone who has playoff experience and an NBA champion, so
Right.
they should be good. The Boston Celtics, even before Kyrie Irving was a playoff contending team,
Right.
and that makeup is still there, so they'll be fine in the playoffs. But I don't know if they'll have the legs. Gordon Hayward is their Lord. So, and Cavaliers are actually number 3, and the Raptors are number 2.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you know who's been doing in the NBA.
Mm.
So honestly, like, I couldn't have predicted every team's ranking in terms of the top 8 for Eastern Conference or Western Conference.
Right.
But all the teams that I figured would be in the top 8 are there. Like I knew Boston Celtics would be big this year. I knew the Timberwolves would be big this year. The Thunder. These are all top 8 teams.
Right.
But no, I mean, I haven't watched any ball. I don't have a team that I don't have a team for. I just have players.
Yeah, I think this. I was gonna say this year. Like as I gotten older and how the game has been changing, that's how I started to feel just more players, man. Like you can't be a loyalist anymore, man.
You can. You can't be loyal to anything.
No.
Heads up. We haven't restored the uplink. Expect interference on all transmissions.
Oh, snap. Scared me. Ah, ha ha. Melee you straight up, sucker. She said. Oh, yo, so I was listening to, I told you I watched, my man Avoiding Deep Puddle, right? So, I remember me and you had a conversation a while back, and we were talking about how, like everybody chooses quality over, no, quantity over quality or something. What was I saying? Well, anyway, basically like saying, how like when they're making the games, they're making them like poop, or they're making finished games or whatever, and they're just putting out the product, and then nobody's not really saying anything about it. So he was saying that he had brought up a point about how poop Marvel versus Capcom Infinite looks, and yeah, how it looks, like how it just looks like. He said that how could they make a game and it looks like this? He's like, yo, look at like how Chun-Li looks. And then so he said that he read a post, and someone said whoever's making these games don't care about the characters, like, because they're just putting out whatever they feel like they look, and then it's just like going with it, like, whatever. And he was like, it got to be some truth to that. He said, because how are they gonna make these characters look as bad as they do? Like he said, it's crazy to me. So then somebody's, I guess in his chat, was like, oh, well, what does it really matter that much how the game looks if the quality of the game is really good? And he said, I see your point. He said, but that was a point that should have been made 5-10 years ago. He said, look at Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 3 is not the best looking game, but for its time it was really good, and the gameplay is amazing. He said, but yo dude, we're in 2017, 2018. He said, that's you can't make that excuse anymore. He said, because the first thing people are gonna, hello, you hear me? Oh, he said, because the first thing people are gonna look at is the look. He said, you could have a good looking game and it be shit. Okay, that's cool. All right, like damn. All right, you got me. But at least it looks good. He said, if you have it in the reverse, you're already out. You're already gonna lose money. And the point of, especially with fighting games, is that we're trying to get as much money into the scene as possible so that we could spread it as an esport. He said, but if you already got a game that's looking like shit, he said, you already losing half the battle.
So, do you know who, you may not know who my name is, once I play the game. Do you know who Cliff Blazinski is?
Hell no, dude.
Sorry, so I know you know Gears of War.
Mm.
He was the creator of the Gears of War franchise, and as a game developer, this dude was super outspoken. Like, he had no filter.
Right.
So this was a couple of years ago. He said the reason developers are having a hard time with doing a lot of rehashing of games
Right.
is because it's hard to develop a game and it to succeed based on how much money we're putting into the game. But overall, he's like, the reason games are so much more expensive these days is because players don't want shitty looking games.
Right.
He said it doesn't care if this game plays the best in the world, if it looks like shit, it's not going to sell.
Right.
And he said players are the reason that games are so expensive now, and players are the reason why it costs so much to develop a game and why developers are looking for ways to kind of reduce costs. This was years ago. And I was going to say, well, I mean, that shouldn't be the case, but...
It is what it is.
It is, but it's like the millennial games is what they care about.
Right.
About the graphics first.
Right.
And that's the issue. Dude, Mass Effect, Andromeda, the game looked amazing.
Right.
All the shit looked amazing. The new Star Wars Battlefront, the game looked amazing. Both of the games.
The garbage, yeah. Wait, I know you told me that.
And for me, like, dude, I don't care what the game looks like, man. I don't. Like, of course I want the game to be appealing somewhat or have its own style. But I don't want the game to look like hot garbage.
Right.
If I had to pick, I'm picking gameplay.
Right, yeah, true.
I'll take stick figure game if you give me amazing gameplay.
Right.
But that's the issue. Yeah, players just the first thing you get drawn to is, oh my god, that looks amazing. Oh my god, that looks awesome. Oh my god, they just care how it looks. Because that's what sells people. I mean, you can't sell anybody on a cool mechanic.
Right. No, I don't.
I think gamers care about the mechanic.
Right.
But the average player, you know, people that are on the forums complaining, those are the hardcore gamers. Average players on the forums talking about the game, they don't care.
Right.
They're an average consumer. They're the ones that buy the game that they sell so much. They buy it, play it, and if they don't like it, they don't play it. They just price sell the games up.
Right.
I mean, it's true. Like, it sucks. Especially like a game like that when you have characters that visually look a specific way and you're used to a Chun-Li looking this way or a Ken looking this way. And if you have a game where they look like a character from a completely different game but don't look like themselves at all, that's an issue.
Yeah.
It's like with Disney, you'll never see Mickey Mouse not look like Mickey Mouse.
Right.
Why did you make Chun-Li not look like Chun-Li?
Yeah,
Granted,
for
she's
real.
not as iconic as Mickey Mouse is, but she's iconic in Street Fighter.
Right.
You don't say, hey, who's Chun-Li from? Like, you don't even have to know Street Fighter to know where she's from.
Mm-hmm. You know the funny thing about that was too. Somebody had made it a comment and was like, "Oh, Disney," pretty much saying, I don't know, like what was his exact comment, but pretty much Disney didn't want the Capcom characters to look better than the Street Fighter characters. And he was like, come on, man. He was like, what kind of excuse is that? He said, I'm sure Disney didn't come up to the Capcom people that were creating the game and say, hey, look, I want you guys to make sure that the Street Fighter characters look straight shit, and the Marvel, like, he was like, come on, man. He was like, that's an excuse. He said, yo, there's no reason for this stuff to be happening. He said, like I said, like you got. He said, you know, it's like a balance. He said, you got to come up with a better balance than this. He said, you know, that's the whole problem with what's going on right now. The balance is terrible. He said, you know, everybody's just trying to make more for doing less, man. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Hurry up and get this game out. We trying to make this money before Tekken come out and all this other stuff or whatever, and it's just like I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened to them. I mean, like, anyway, it's not just Capcom, but yo, Capcom is being like very, very, yeah.
It's a complacency. It's the same thing that Sony did before they kind of revamped and restructured and changed the direction from the PlayStation 4.
Right.
They even said, like, yo, we basically were doing things because of the standards we had set and because of our name. Like,
right.
We were able to get away from these things because with Sony, we were able to get away from them until we could.
Right.
Because basically focused on and geared towards what really mattered, making sure that games came first and that the PlayStation was, as I keep saying, like the best platform for games. Like, this is the place to play games. It's paid dividends because they're the #1 selling console. Last year they were destroyed. Last console generation, Xbox destroyed them.
Oh yeah. What was it? When what was not the 360, right, or something like that?
Yeah, 360.
Right.
But this generation, yo, PS4 is outselling Xbox. I also doing a lot of Microsoft missteps.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
PlayStation learned, or Sony learned, and they said, okay, this is how we're going to change. Yo, at the end of the day, like, even Capcom messing up, there's nobody making games that they make. Nobody's making fighting games like they do.
Right.
But I think that's going to catch up because like, if a lot more people think the way that you do and play Tekken because of all the things that it does that Street Fighter doesn't, that's going to
Yo, the internet was blowing up about how good Dragon Ball Fighter Z is, dude. Like, it's been nuts.
A sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but instead you got two buns Marvel vs. Capcom in a row. Games that couldn't have, they should have just been named something different. And this company would do something really funny. They're like, alright, cool, we got you. And yo, even if you didn't look at gameplay, going back to the visual point, that game visually, dude, it looks amazing. Even from just a spectator standpoint, it's fun to watch. But then, like, I watch like some of the videos Maximilian was breaking down the characters. Sure, it's not super complex, but it doesn't matter. Like, you still have all the things that you can do with a normal fighting game.
Right.
But dude, they listen to the internet, man, and they said we want another Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they're like, alright, cool, hold my beer. And that's a huge mistake by Capcom now.
Right.
Dude, they have Marvel characters and Capcom characters, and they can't give us a Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Hey, that one was Capcom 2 too?
Come on, man.
They did us wrong, man.
I just think it's like Capcom, like I said before we were talking about this, they're also competing with themselves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like you said, yeah, like, yo, why would you come out with a game, right? But see, wait, hold on, before you continue your thought real quick, Namco's doing the same thing, right? Dragon Ball Z is Namco, Tekken is Namco, and...
But those are two...
Yeah, that's true, yeah. That's true, yeah.
There's no fucking Tekken characters in Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Different IPs.
Right.
How you bring Chun-Li in Street Fighter and then you have a Marvel Capcom? I get it, she's a Capcom, but that's a direct competition.
Right.
Directly competing with your own.
Right.
And that is, it's almost like the studios that were handling Marvel movies, like the contract as long as they made a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Let's just throw out a game and keep it.
Right.
And isn't this game a 2v2 with the them Infinity Gems? And
Right, yeah.
What's that? I mean, people do want another fucking tag, but they don't want Marvel Capcom like that.
Right.
They're so dumb, man. It's like, so dumb. It's like maybe just because they're Capcom, man, they'll make it and it'll sell.
Right.
Y'all not y'all the games they're done with it, man.
Yeah. They said they done with that.
Oh, EA has tasted that, man. It happened with Mass Effect. It's happening with Star Wars Battlefront. Like, games are done with just the game selling because it's Star Wars.
Right. I mean, I think it's about time, man. It's about time, dude, because that hasn't been helping at all. That has not been helping at all, dude. But I wanted to kind of talk about, like, when you said that it's direct competition in a way, though, because Marvel vs. Capcom is a kind of different game than Street Fighter 5, right? In the sense of how it plays and everything. It's a much faster paced game. So I get that. But then to complement your point, they're not going as hard with like stuff like with the Capcom Pro Tour as they are going as hard as the Marvel Tour.
Right.
Like, I don't even think there is a Marvel Tour, to be honest with you.
Well, why would they? Why would they promote two different tours for games that they're both selling? And the thing is, kind of to further my point is, Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter are both 2D fighters. Tekken and DBZ aren't. One's a 2D fighter, one's a 3D fighter.
Right.
Like, the game is different. They're on different mechanics. Like, they require different things. Visually, they look completely different.
Right.
Where Capcom seems to be sticking to this kind of kind of 2D cell shaded style within like a 3D aesthetic. Like I don't get it. Like I get that that's gonna be a visual cool to do it, but why would you make all your fighting games look the same? Also be 2D fighters and include characters from a game that you're also like you currently have out.
Right.
Like if Blanca wasn't coming to Street Fighter 5, I would say please add him to Marvel's Capcom.
Right.
Street Fighter character, he's not in Street Fighter. Like that's a way to get people to play a game for a character they may enjoy that they can't get in the other game.
Right.
Cool, do it. Chun-Li's in both games. Okay, why? She probably plays the same in both damn games. I played Chun-Li here, why the hell would I play her here?
Right.
And games are all around like building your composition, and now which Infinity Gem you're gonna use. And the issue that they had with Street Fighter X Tekken was, dude, they can't balance a game with all those mechanics to save their life, man. That's another thing. I don't get it, man. Capcom. People had issues with Street Fighter's balance, Street Fighter X Tekken's balance, and I'm sure there's going to be balance issues with this new Marvel's Capcom. I can't imagine that. So looking at the Infinity Gems, there's going to be balance.
Right.
I just don't want to do it.
Oh damn. There's a cloud.
You are Namco over here, Namco Bandai's taking their time to come to fighting games when they're done.
Right.
Capcom's just rushing games out to meet deadlines, Pro Tour deadlines, cut deadlines. It's too bad.
Yeah. God damn it. Alright. Holy moly, dude.
Special current calculations include that some players can cost up to after we after so we change to a chance. After that people guaranteed. Yay, Capcom, I'm going to those two companies. I don't understand. I get it, you're a business, you need to make money.
Yeah.
Why not make games with $50 million?
Right. Oh damn, almost died there. figure out how the hell to hit this fool. This damn poison dart. Hmm? You said what I'm playing? Yeah, it's Tomb Raider. Oh, gotcha. You fat. Damn, that's a big boy. You say you think you're gonna do it? Yo, man, the bear's big, man. I said, yo, man, this bear is big, man.
My sister sending a minion tomorrow night, so I don't want to do it.
Wait, what's that mean?
So my sister, I wanted to do my next game. So
Oh, I thought you said she's sending the minions. I was like, what does that mean?
yeah, I said, yo, if I don't wake up, send in a minion.
Oh, is it? Oh, man, Poop will not be happy.
I said, yeah, you're not coming in.
And Poop will be like, yo, man, where were you, man? Like, where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I needed you, man? I said that's what Poop was gonna say, man. I said he gonna be like, yo, where were you when I needed you? Hello? Hello? Yo, man, you not listening? You ain't hear me? Does he want you to go to his games?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, man, he gonna be like, yo, man, where were you, man? How can you do this to me, man? Oh, nice. Yo, this bear right here, man, damn. Some dude was taking shit to his lair, man, and just chilling. But yeah, man, the internet been buzzing, man, on that Dragon Ball. And it looks, yo, it just looks really nice, man. Like, yo, same dude avoiding the puddle. He was like, I could see why people are like so hype. He said because for Dragon Ball Z fans, yo, oh man, he said y'all gotta be loving this, dude. He said I could feel the hype, and I'm not even a fucking Dragon Ball Z fan, dude. He said, yo, but I could imagine y'all, man. He said it's like watching episodes.
Dude, it looks so damn good.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
Dragon Ball fans have also been clamoring for a good fighting game too.
Right.
Their last Bukai or Bukai Genki or whatever the hell, they've been bad, man. They've been bad, man. Like every time a Dragon Ball Z fighting game came out that wasn't a direct sequel or an exact copy of the first Budokai was just what the fuck again.
The gaming community was highly upset.
Here's the thing: is in terms of gaming, this Dragon Ball Fighter Z is nothing but a win across the board.
Right.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Other gaming companies look and say, okay, this is how we should do our fighting games. Fans get an awesome game to look at, to talk about, to play. Like everybody wins. And this shows that this is a game that it's not a 3D game. It's all the 2D animations of Dragon Ball Z episodes.
Right.
It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Games don't have to be super complex, like virtual reality 3D to sell. It doesn't need to be.
Right.
The animations make sense, and you put. It looks like everybody that developed this game loved what they did.
Right.
I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan like that. It looks so damn good, man.
And I think that's exactly what's back to the point. Like, It doesn't have to be amazing looking.
This looks like
Like it doesn't have to be, you know, super 3D, super, you know, graphic. Yo, it just has to be. It has to make sense, man. Everything, you know. Crazy, dude. Like, it's not even that hard, man. I mean, I ain't saying it's not hard to make a game, but dang, dude. At least, yo, like, yo, like you said, yo, who's making these games for Capcom, man? That they feel like this is okay to put, like, this product is alright.
Visa, a sort of passport. Whoever held this spoke with the authority of the Mongol Empire. It reads.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy that there's a lot more games coming out that's making Capcom like really like, yo, we gotta stop playing, dude. If we don't stop playing, we're gonna lose our fan base.
It's crazy, man.
So they need it, man. And one of the head lead I don't know if he was a lead designer, but one of the dudes from Capcom, remember, like, he was like, remember Seth Killian, right? So this dude took Seth Killian's place in Capcom, and he left not too long ago, and everybody's trying to figure out the reasons why he left. And speculation is saying, like, you know, obviously since he came just like how Seth Killian came from, like, you know, fighting, you know, being a player. He, like, they're saying, like, they don't like, they think that he didn't like the direction that that the games were going. How they're trying, you know, how it's like, you know, the ceiling is not as high as it once was. And just a lot of things, you know, fighting game related, like they made this game, you know, too easy, or the risk reward on certain things are real dumb. You know, a lot of people feel like that they're that Capcom wants them to play a certain way, so it doesn't allow for people to play the way that they want to play. And I said, and that was one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest things why I'm not playing it, and why a lot of people are not playing it, because, for instance, let's say Street Fighter 4. And I'll even go back as to say Street Fighter 3. Yeah, you wanted to, for instance, do damage, and you wanted to do a lot of it, of course, because the purpose is to kill, right? But at least you could play the way that you wanted to play, like, and not everybody played the same. Not everybody made the same reads. Street Fighter 4 more so, like, you could pick one character, for instance Ken, and one person could play in one way and another person could play in an entirely different way, and people miss that type of play. And not only that, mixing with, like, you know, combos. You know, if you got the higher execution, you're gonna do those crazy combos that everybody's like, oh shit, and it made people feel good, because not everybody could do it because they didn't have the skill, or they didn't put in enough time, or whatever, you know, or whatever. There's no combos like that in this game. In the new Street Fighter.
Yeah, and who's that dude that said his favorite part was, like, creating his own combos?
Probably Infiltration.
There's that video that you sent me. He's like, yo, I can't do that.
Oh yeah.
My signature combo. I think that's. It just sucks that they want to make these games so accessible, man. Like, I get the barrier of entry and like how that can be frustrating to a new player that sees friends play it or even watches esports and say, "Yo, I want to do that too." Let's make the game accessible so they can play it. But there's a difference between the game being accessible and someone like me who doesn't have a pedigree in fighting games being able to go to like a Capcom tournament and taking the pot. Like I shouldn't stand a chance, man. I mean, I still don't think I do, but like the playing field is leveled in the way that if I spent a few months playing the game, I would be able to compete. That's silly, man. Yeah. But I also think you should have to spend years and years to be able to compete, because at the same time you'll never be able to catch up with Infiltration, Daigo, or you're not gonna catch up with people.
Right.
So I mean, there's a balance there, but like what we did, have your super accessible characters, and then don't touch the characters that people know and have loved and have played for a long time that are complex. This forces them to think more and create new characters that evolve around getting new players interested. Yo, why can't you, instead of spending all this effort making all these cool new crazy characters, like your next 3-4 characters be super accessible?
Right.
Have them a rushdown or a grappler or a projectile character, but make them all super accessible.
Right.
Don't give them any combos, but give them tools for players to understand the game.
Right.
But also be able to compete. At the end of the day, if you're playing someone who knows a Ryu inside and out, like you're not going to be able to beat them because they have all the tools to stomp you.
Right.
But you shouldn't not be able to get into the game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's just all these companies are making the game so accessible in that chase for more money. No, go ahead.
No, because it was funny that this dude was saying the same thing, because he was saying like, yo, fighting games are fucking hard, man. He said there's nothing like fighting games out there.
Everything I've seen from him is that clip when he's playing like that wave racing game. He's talking about that. It's like you can spend hours in the lab and then get into the game and remember nothing. And
not only remember nothing, dude. Like he said, you can spend hours and hours and you won't even like get a foothold in the game. Yeah, like you. He said, he's still trash. He's still trash, dude. He said, and no other game is like that, dude. He said, yo, you could put hours into a game and get something out of it. He said, yo, fighting games is the only thing that, yo, you gotta put so much time into and still be trash, dude. Whoop. But I think but to his point, that's what fighting game fans like about it. I think, you know, it's rough to see how can you get, like, I think people just have to accept that, especially when it comes to fighting games. Like, there's just these things in life that are just, yo, gonna be fucking hard, dude. Like, you're gonna have to accept it. Like, fighting games are gonna be hard. They're always gonna be hard, man. I'm gonna crack this ice. I know with that. De Maria Dula. Now I gotta move this thing. Yo, man, you saw Thor Ragnarok was on the thing, right? What'd you think about it? Yeah. Wait, oh, the Winter Soldier, yo, man. I don't think there's no movie that's gonna be better than the Winter Soldier. Thor?
It was good. Very good. Yeah. Thor, of all the Marvel characters, needed this good movie.
Yeah, that is for sure.
But it sucks that his good movie also had a bunch of really good characters.
Yeah.
It wasn't him being awesome.
Right.
Like even
His
before the
cast,
Soldier,
yeah.
like, the winner, the first Captain America movie wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. And I think everybody, I think it's just really Chris Evans, dude. It's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. Like those two dudes, like it's just they're too good of actors, and the acting is too good. Like nobody is outshining those two when it comes to acting, especially in those characters. I think Thor is just like he doesn't really have like I think he kind of evolved the character a little bit more too. Like he was trying to be a little bit more funny, and he was trying to, but his cast like put him in that position to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like his cast forced him to do that. Like the Valkyrie chick, like I thought her character was amazing, dude.
Everything about her was
Yeah. Oh, she was great, man. Like her character has like, and the thing that sucked, like, well, that sucked to me was that first I thought that could have been Civ. That should have been Civ's character. First of all, they already had a character. All right, so okay, it's not her. You know, at least we got one. You know, got a sister. That's cool. All right, whatever. But I felt like just in that one movie, like her character was fleshed out so good that like you telling me you couldn't do that, like with the other Thors, like make him feel that way,
right? And like they had everything, a lot of tension. They had a lot of things going on between each other. Like
yeah.
They had that should have been.
Yeah.
So I don't know if because Thor recasted. Well, they didn't recast it. Like she's going in this movie, but the dude, the scoundrel, the dude that looks like a fencer in the first movie.
Right.
Do you remember the first Thor? Like the dude that played him was the same dude that's in Once Upon a Time that plays Prince Charming.
Oh really?
He wasn't in the second. He was recasted because he started doing Once Upon a Time. He said I couldn't make it.
Right.
So I think it was Zach Braff who was in the second movie as his son. So I didn't know if they just didn't want to recast Sif, so they just decided to bring this chick on.
Right.
But I remember when I saw it, I was like, is that Sif?
Right.
It wasn't. And she makes so much more sense at everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, right. Like, I'm just like, how did they, like, what the hell happened?
Now to find out what's up there.
Like, damn, like, why couldn't they do this? Especially for Thor 2, dude. Like, oh my god, man. Like, that whole shit with Jane, oh man, that's why Jane broke up with you. Like, dude, like, oh my god, man. They just.
But see, that Thor movie had everything. All the supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Blanchett was amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Chick was amazing. Mark Ruffalo, I didn't care so much about him, like when he was speaking as the Hulk.
As the Hulk,
I
yeah.
didn't care about those scenes so much, but still, like even him in his short time as Banner, loved it.
Yeah.
Hulk, loved it. I loved their fighting. Like, everything was so good.
Right.
What's his face? Scourge. The dude that had shots like dual the AKs.
Oh yeah, he was good, yeah. Like you could tell, like he really didn't want to do it, man. And then he was just like, "Yo, man, I'm just doing it because I'm trying to survive." And he was like, "Yo, man, for Asgard, man." He's like, "Yo, fuck this, dude."
Everything about that was good.
Yeah, dude. Huh?
This dude, that played Odin.
Oh yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, he it was better than any of his other roles before, dude. Like how you had like less time, and I feel like he did way better as a character. Like you don't need him in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm passing the torch. I'm not mad at none of y'all, man. Yo, but y'all gotta start doing shit without me, man.
Archery techniques of the foes of the Byzantine Empire.
Like that was cool, man.
So yeah, same thing. So it seems like she said the only reason she wasn't in this for a movie is because of scheduling conflict. She was doing another movie. And Disney was like, "Yo, we need you for this." She's like, "There's no way I can make it."
Oh man, that sucks.
I mean, I'm disappointed only that because she wasn't in it, but I mean.
Yeah, the other chick did. I'm not. I ain't miss you. Yes, for real. I ain't miss you.
Man, she-
No man.
I love to kill her. Like disgruntled, like.
Yeah,
That
right.
one, like, I don't want to think about it. Like it was.
His portrait has
It's been done
defaced.
before, but it was just so
Looks
good.
like it was depicting the
And that actress is amazing. She have you watched Westworld?
Nah, she's in it.
She's in Westworld. You know?
I did not miss you, Sid. What movie was the other? Was Sid doing? No, cause I'm just saying, like, I mean, imagine, like, you doing a movie. Oh, wasn't that a good movie? Yeah.
Oh, I remember some previous this. Horror Rock Tattoos.
Oh man, that's the TV series. Yo, didn't they cancel that alone? He said that was sick.
It's still on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still on.
Mm.
The most recent episode was today.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, what the hell?
What is this? Yeah, so many.
My cell phone just overloads. I'm back, y'all. Oh, damn. Laura got some reflexes.
I'm not your enemy. That remains to be seen.
Yo, you know the chick that does Laura Croft's voice in this is the chick that plays in Grey's Anatomy?
Killed them to survive.
I'm sure
I
there's
suspect you did too.
What is that?
Which chick?
Oh, well, it's in the. If you haven't watched the recent episodes, you ain't gonna know.
Days.
But she's the new love interest of Karev.
With my people prisoner. You should leave this place before it's too
He
late.
said no.
I can't do that.
Okay, whatever you
I
say.
came here for something important. So did they. If I see you again, I'll put an arrow in your throat. You and I are on the same side. I hope I can prove that to you. What's going on down there? Who?
Oh shit. Is it because they like my gangster wall? Is it because they like my gangster tall? Whatever it is.
There are people who live out here, and they appear to have been here for a very long time.
Very
In
long
isolation
time.
for decades, maybe even centuries. I noticed elements of her dress, small adornments that would not have been out of place in the Byzantine Empire. Could they possibly be descendants of the Prophet's people? How much do they know about the lost city or the divine source? It's clear Trinity will do anything to find out. I'm afraid that whoever they are, they're in grave danger. Let's hope the old proverb about the enemy of my enemy remains true.
I gotta craft these things. In different area codes.
I know that.
Oh, I gotta get those documents. I'm missing the relics. What the? I feel like I gotta go touch my toes, man. Hmm? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hold up a second and touch my toes.
I got hoes right now. I gotta call it here, man. I gotta tap out. So I don't, man, I'm gonna be up for. So I told my sister I'm probably not going to sleep till 3, and I didn't want to be up that late. I can handle it because the game I don't think is until 9, so that's still about like 5 hours of sleep, but I don't want to do it to myself. So I'll be back tomorrow, man, with some hot news. Gotta finish up this character by Monday, man. Yo, come Undercity is terrible. We're giving it back to the Alliance soon. Someone posted a picture of a text. I guess his girlfriend was playing WoW, and he said when she rolls an undead while you're at work, and she said, I can't figure out Undercity. He said, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, the Undercity is terrible. We're giving it back to the Alliance soon. I can't wait, man. Yo, this next expansion should be so good. Hey, yo, it's funny is you're thinking back, a lot of people were complaining for the longest time how WoW has gotten easier and easier and dumbed down over the years. With this most recent patch 7.35 to change the leveling and the changes that they plan to do for Battle for Azeroth, it seems like they're going not back to the original WoW, but they're adding a lot more complexity to the game. And Legion seemed like that a little bit too, with being like focusing on one character and the artifact power. But it seems like they're adding a lot more complexity back to the game with the Mythic Plus dungeons, with bringing the class specializations and what one class offers or one spec offers over another spec. Also with the change to leveling, so everything is not you just get in and face roll it and then you're strong again. Like it seems like they're adding complexity and some hardcoreness back to the game, and now people are complaining about that. And I get it's a different set of people, but people are complaining that there's hardcoreness being added to World of Warcraft. And Blizzard seems to be one of the only companies that always goes, either they take what other people are doing and do it better, or they go against the grain completely. And it seems like that's the steps that they're taking. And I wanted to ask you too, man, earlier about Overwatch and like where it currently stands, because I haven't read anything on Overwatch at all. And I was thinking there'd be a new teaser out for an upcoming character or something, or some talks about. I knew about the Blizzard World map, but I didn't know about the costumes. So yeah, that's good. And it's funny. I watched a video. It was specifically, I don't remember who did the video. It said that we asked all the pros if they could remove one character from the game, who would it be?
Right.
Everyone said Mercy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Everybody said Mercy.
I'd
And
really.
that, everyone said because I mean her res.
Right.
They said it has no place in a team-based shooter.
Yeah. Well, see, I think so. Like, it's rough because I like the ability to res because it's different, and I think that's what the developers wanted too. It's different. Nobody else. But what I think the general public has is so it's the first person shooter people, the CS:GO people, the people that really take this aiming stuff and everything like that like super serious, and then it's the casual player, the casual person that's like, well, you know, I don't have the time to work on my reactions and do everything that you guys did to get your aim on point, so this helps me. So then it's like, okay, well, what's the middle ground? The middle ground, I guess the general consensus seems to either be don't put the res in, or, you know, nerf her to an extent where
The res is the only viable.
right. That like that's where it's getting.
I think we talked about this. I think the only way to do it is it can't be a reactive thing. It's got to be kind of a proactive, or a, that like that Zillion type res where damn this person's about to die, let me throw it on them.
Mm.
So the enemy team can do what they need to either control that individual, ignore them, or now blow up the mercy.
Right.
But being able to undo what people do, and what some of the pros are saying is when you make a big play, or if I snipe a player like with an impossible shot, that's amazing. But then that gets undone by
the mercy res.
just happened
Right
there,
Right.
and that ruins the momentum of the game. That ruins the feel for the crowd. Like that's gone, and that needs to go. And I agree. Like a reactive res, like someone's dead, let me pick them back up. It's awful for a game like that that has that pacing.
Right.
It's got to be something like Zillion, because I think if you nerf her to the fact where the only thing she brings is a res,
Right.
you're playing a man down.
Right.
You're absolutely playing a man down. There's no way to balance that where that character is viable.
Right.
Because even if she went back to her old form, that would be the most toxic thing for the game.
Right.
Basically, you take away all her abilities, and she just stands there and then waits for her team to wipe this res.
Right.
There's going to be 2 mercies every game.
Right.
That's awful.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
That's awful.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, if they don't do like a Zillion type thing, the other thing that I would like to see is her ultimate. She channels on it. Basically, it's a channel, kind of like how her beam is,
Mm.
where she can channel on an ally for however many seconds,
Mm.
and as long as that channel is active, the ally can't die. So it's not a res, but it's focusing one person to be able to essentially make a play.
Mm.
So that does 2 things. You know Mercy's vulnerable. She's keeping this person from dying.
Right.
That's essentially being what's that ability called? Is it just called Revive? Like I was thinking like Angel, whatever the hell.
Guardian Angel.
Guardian Angel, there we go.
Mm. Guardian Angel is a jump.
That's her leap? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a revive, but it's also a much more active ability in focusing on someone that you know is about to die, but you can prevent them from dying for the ultimate. That's also somewhat of a boring ability because I don't think for Mercy that's that fun. And for the player and the enemy team, it's just focus the Mercy and then you can focus this person too. Like that's 2 people that's gonna die very quickly.
Right.
So either they do something close to a Zillion res to where you don't steal the momentum away, or they just remove the res altogether and give her something else.
Yeah.
But what would you give her?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think that's what we're gonna. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're gonna have to lean towards doing. Given how, like you said, like a Zillion res, like, because even other Overwatch players, some top players are saying the same thing, that they want either a lot of the general consensus I've been hearing from top Overwatch people, or people that stream, or people that like put stuff on YouTube is either change it so that it's like a zillion type of res, like they fine tune it in, but the general like gist is a zillion res. Like everybody haggles over time or how it works or whatever, but it's generally is a zillion res, and or bring her back to what Mercy was in the beginning, where she was the person that stays in the back and hope because and gets the instant res when she gets her because they said she's not as strong in the whole game, and her res, how many times was she gonna get like a group res? Like most of the time, the probably tops average Mercy would get probably 2 people, maybe 2 res. Then plus you gotta remember, you gotta have them in that area. They have to be in a certain area. And now you gotta choose one. So it's gonna be either or. And I'd rather the zillion res because playing Mercy back then, that shit was rough, dude. When she had no mobility, dude, you had to hope that you could hide somewhere so that you could heal somebody. Hopefully that your team is spread out enough that you could jump to people, and even if you did jump, the shit was so slow that dudes would pick you off as soon as you running. Even to some extent they could do it now. At least it's just a little bit faster. Like what Valkyrie does is like it's that ulti that really can change the game for a team that does it. It's just the problem is that it's a little bit too overpowered right now. So I think with the if they was like what they doing now, all they had to do is just decrease the time on it. I feel like there's no ult like her ult when it comes to time. Like you got Zenyatta ult, what is it, like 7 seconds? You got Soldier ult, what is it, like 7 seconds? 50. Hers is 20 seconds. You bring that down to 15, we good. Maybe even if you want to go a little bit harsher, maybe 10. But dude, leave the 2 reses and the everything else. Like, how is that a game changing res if you nerf everything about the res and you nerf the time? Like now, what's the point? Like you ain't gotta go that hard just because you don't want res to be taken out. Like that shit is so dumb. You're gonna nerf everything about her games just so that it's like they're being real like stingy. Like they're being not stingy. They're being real stubborn with it.
It's rough because they don't want to spend more time changing her kit that they could be to balance other characters or balance the game or adding a new character into the game.
Right.
So she's already been changed once. They'll have to go back and change her again. Like,
yeah. I mean, most of these patches have been spent on Mercy.
Right.
Like they gotta be tiring, dude. Like, damn, we doing another Mercy patch?
It's like, because adding new characters, what they did was they disturbed the meta. Now you can't even keep that cadence up because you have to spend the time making sure that she's in a position that if a character is added, she can be disrupted.
Right.
They would have to spend like the next 2 or 3 characters making sure that they just hard counter Mercy.
Right.
And then for that, don't bring a Mercy. You're gonna be hard countered.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Don't bring a Mercy. Now she's a liability. The thing is, she adds something very, very unique to a shooter. I like her res. I do. Don't like how it's currently implemented.
Right.
I think that's awful. It's just awful, man. Like, even when I'm talking about from pro moments, like those feelings where we would make a great push, wipe the team, couldn't get the Mercy, and she rezzed everybody. Granted, they were few and far between. Like she didn't get team rezzes every time, but when they happened, there's nothing more deflating than that. You just spent everything, and now it's the whole team.
The whole team, or at least like maybe a good 4 of them or something like that. Oh man. But then at the same time, for the Mercy, that's good. Like, damn, dude, I held my ult out. I held my ult for the right time. It paid off. Like, I mean, I like I said, I wouldn't mind playing Mercy 1.5 or whatever that was.
I would 100%. But I'd rather her in this one. Team res is absolutely nonsense. It doesn't matter if she multiplies against 2 people, or 3 people. Reactive killing someone that just got sniped from half the map away is already enough nonsense. But being able to do it to multiple people, that hurts. And as fast as she got that list, extra hurt.
Right.
And that gameplay before, man, like, yeah, you did good, you hit out, and you res the team. But see, the thing is, the enemy team now has to play 2 games. Not only do they have to push the
Yeah,
objective,
that's
push
fine.
the
The mercy.
mercy, they gotta keep tabs in the mercy. That's if they did that, the only way I would be mildly okay with that is if they kept the form where she has to cast it.
Oh,
They have to slightly, not much more, but slightly increase the cast time. Slightly increase the cast time, let her cast res the whole team. Now you have to be much more mindful because you could be blinked right out.
right,
You could be bought, you could be interrupted, you could be roadhog hooked, you could be pinned,
right.
any of those things. The thing before is it had no counter. No counter. She was invulnerable.
Yeah.
She made the team invulnerable. There was nothing you could do. You couldn't
Yeah.
stop it. You
Yeah.
literally couldn't stop it.
And it was instant.
And it was instant. The only way you could stop it is if you saw her come out of the corner. And you
Right, you killed it. Yep. And even if you did kill it, you probably still got the res off.
Yep. And she goes, yes, I did.
I said yes, I did. Notice me, I did it.
Play it again.
Yeah, play the game. Yeah, it's like 3-4 man res, man. That's a big. Yeah, that was big, man.
I don't know what they would do, man. The only other thing that I can say, I don't know.
Zillion ult, man. Zillion ult.
Zillion, I think, is absolutely amazing.
But I just think that Blizzard wants the ability to bring somebody back to life. Like, that's just what they want. And I don't know no other way to like, I don't know no other way to, like, make that happen. I mean, to be honest, I don't really think there's nothing wrong with the res per se. Just bring down her ult time. Yeah, just bring down her ult time a little bit. Yo, that's it, dude.
Because there's no way to balance. I don't think there's any aside from Zillion Ultimate. There's no way to balance her so it feels good for everybody.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if the ult takes too long to charge, she's liable.
Right.
If it comes up too quick, she's too powerful. Everybody has to have mercy. If you
Yeah.
reses multiple people, everybody has to have mercy. If she can't get it off, don't bring mercy. She's liability.
Right.
That. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what form a res is in. It's always too powerful. It's not always needed, but it's always too powerful.
Right, because it's that whole mindset like, well, they got a res and we don't, so we
Right.
need to have a res
Right.
because they got a res.
Right. If there was a way to counter res, not even keep her from doing it, and that's the other thing, is if they kept the res, they don't have any characters that can counter this.
Right.
If Anna's grenade was able to counter somebody who got res from coming back with full health,
She'll be too
that in
powerful,
itself
dude.
would be
Jeez.
amazing.
Yeah, she'll be strong, though. She'll be real strong. Well, I mean, that's kind of play around that, right? Because she can't grenade through shields.
No, she can't.
So then, you could be like, all right, well, maybe you just gotta protect the Mercy while she's resing, which they should be doing anyway. They
Right.
should be shielding Mercy, and like Winston should be putting his bubble on top of the person that died so that Mercy could res them. Like they should be
So,
already.
if instead of, because I mean, I think it would be. I don't think there's any really way to balance it. I was gonna say if they instead of made the grenade reduce the amount of healing you receive to nothing, like reduce the amount of healing output. But there's only so few healers, like
Yeah,
only so few people that can actually heal.
yeah.
So that might not be as good. But I don't know how are you going to apply that grenade effect to someone who's dead?
Right.
That's the issue.
Maybe it would probably be like a mortal strike. Like if you killed them while they were under the effects.
Right. But then she has to constantly be mindful and throwing her grenades at people.
Right. Yeah. And then how is she using it to heal, which is a primary function?
Right.
Only thing I could think of is maybe putting it on the DPS. Like that should be giving them more of a role. Like
But still, how would you do that? How would you do
I don't know. Wait. That'd be a good question. Without giving them a new move or giving all the DPS new moves, which would just be to counter Mercy. It's a
it?
little too
What
much.
if they had like a silence ability? Because that could be applied to every character, not just Mercy. If someone had the ability to silence and prevent you from using your moves,
Right.
you could still shoot your gun, but you can't use your abilities for short division. I think if they had something like that, that would be amazing.
But that's Sombra.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That's Sombra, and if people are not picking her, yeah, they would need to fix Sombra, or buff her up a little bit or something. Give her a little bit of something. Because Sombra, I think, is very good. It's just people.
On a character, if the hacking was a channel and she prevents you to use your move while she's channeling, instead of she hacks you and then once it finishes you can't use the move. So like, it's a channel move that she uses, kind of like where is it locks onto you, and while the lock is active you can't use any abilities. That would allow her to lock down a single target.
Right. I think they. I mean, didn't they decrease? They decreased the time on hack already. Yeah. So, I was gonna say, because if they made it instant, that would be too overpowered.
Well, not instant, but like a beam or her, like the beam that comes out when she's hacking.
Mm.
Basically, instead of making an ability that she has to use, and then there's the silence effect, she could channel it on somebody, and while the channel is going, they can't cast the abilities. So essentially, think of like a mercy beam that she locks onto an enemy.
Right.
And while that beam is active, this person can't cast any abilities. So she could lock down a single target for much longer than whatever the 2 or 3 seconds is. I mean, 2 or 3 seconds is still long enough, but she could catch a mercy that's flying in and knock him down. But again, that's still only one ability.
Right.
That's only one character with one ability.
Right. I mean, at least it'll give her more play. Because because that's the thing. I don't want it to be where you have to now pick this character to counter that character. Because then, then people, because then it'll be like, all right, well, if this is the mercy meta, then you gotta have the Sombra on the team.
What if the res, instead of healing them the full, gave them less health, healed them to like a small percent of their health, or gave them like a Lucio, like a really fat, quickly depleting shield. So if they're not healed, like they're just gonna die very quickly again.
Right.
But I think going back to full health is that's painful. But going back to no health is equally as painful.
Right.
But if you res somebody and they have their health either dwindling very quickly, or
it was just saying.
What if it was a temporary res?
Right. Well, you know what? Going off of that, what if it was a res the way you say, like the health goes down and they need to fulfill something to make it so that they stay on the they stay.
We gotta be tough off.
Right. Something like that. That could be something.
So I mean, you as a player would have to be more mindful. Right, cool. I got so much time. If I'm not gonna get healed, I need to heal myself. If I don't have a heal, I need to find a pack. But I also if I can't heal somebody, I need to be able to do something.
Right.
But I like the idea, if you're on offense, and if you can get to the payload, or if you can stay on the payload.
Right, the payload hurdles, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But even as a mercy player, if I have to res only to keep you on the payload for just a second on defense, even if I can't heal you, I can res some people to keep you on defense. I think that still feels good, because at the end of the day, if it's a stalemate where she reses her team, she can only heal one person and her team dies because they essentially bleed out, then that would be a stalemate, because even if they wipe the team that's pushing, the card's not moving.
Right.
If it feels bad when she reses her team and they're able to basically completely counter what was just done to them.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and not only that, demoralizing, I feel like it's easy mode. It's like the same thing like with Paladin Bubble, how everybody feels like that thing is just so good, man.
No, it's not, it's not good now. Before, when you bubble and wings, that should be like,
yeah.
I mean, you can bubble and wings now, right? But it's not enough damage.
No, can you bubble? Yeah. No, wait, we can? No, I think, No, you can't. Yeah, you can bubble in wings, but it's the same. Yeah, it's the same amount of them.
I'll try right now.
We'll try.
But knowing now, one is a super long cooldown, and while you're bubbled, you only have a few options.
Right.
When you're bubbled, usually it's because you're about to die. Nobody's gonna bubble at full health unless they're so smart and know that they can time their burst and kill somebody and be invulnerable. You're using bubble as a defensive ability, not an offensive.
Right.
But I still think that one more person should be able to remove it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Why did they take that away from Warriors?
See, they took it away and then they added it back as the glyph, and then they took glyphs away, and I don't know why they completely took it away. What was it called? Shattering. I don't know.
Because I didn't think there was nothing wrong with them having it.
I don't know. I mean, the only, because it was a castability too. You had to cast it.
Right.
Yeah, it had
So you could have, yeah. So you could have interrupted them if you knew it was coming. Priest was still, okay. Because theirs was instant.
Right. Priest is the only one that have an invulnerability move. Like, that's in a world where there's what 11, 12 classes. That's not enough.
Right.
But I get it. Like, at the same time, you don't want invulnerabilities useless.
Right. But I mean, like even with paladins though, like if they got a priest on the team, I'm about to bubble. Let me CC this priest real quick before I do it, or let me get out in LOS and bubble so that I could, like there's still ways around it, and that's what that's what most of us were doing. So, I mean. You can't do that shit to the warlock bubble.
Bubble and win.
Fucking warlock bubble bullshit.
Bubble and wings, Pete. You can do them both. That's easy.
I remember, man.
Bullshit. Alright, man.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Alright, man.
You got some more.
You in there, man? If you.
Talk about some more.
Alright, man. Space carpet, man. Dang. Came a little late, brother, but I'll be on tomorrow, man. I'm tired as hell, dude. I was just playing a little Tomb Raider, just messing around. What was I gonna say? I didn't even play Tekken today. I was playing Tomb Raider because I think the movie's coming out soon, so I kind of wanted to play this game that I never beat. I didn't beat. I had this game for a while. I actually got a few games in here that I've got to beat. Hey man, I hear that, brother. It happens, dude. Today was rough, dude. I had to help, since my daughter's been sick for this past week. She's been home, so I had to get her back on track when it came to like work and stuff and like homework. And she was not trying to she was not trying to do any homework, man. She was not trying to do any work of any kind, man. So it was rough. It was all day. It was like a little school I was running in here, man. I had a whole schedule ready and everything. Reading at this time, this time, and take a little break for lunch or snack, and then man, it was rough, dude. And she was not making it easy, cause she's those type of kids that'll like complain. I mean, I guess all kids are like that. But she will complain, and I'm just like, yo, man, like, come on, stop all this. But Jesus, dude, this is rough. That's rough, man. But alright, buddy. If anything, I will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for coming by for a little time you did. And yeah, man. Have a good night, morning, or whatever. See you tomorrow.